Next on Growing Chatham, join us as we explore pick flowers at the Jordan Lake Christmas Tree Farm. We'll then join Tara in the kitchen, where she is going to give us an overview on how to use an Instant Pot correctly. And then she'll demonstrate how to do a water test before you start using your Instant Pot. Then we want to invite you and your family to a 4-H event that is happening here at the Chatham County Center on September 10th. So don't go too far, because Growing Chatham starts now. Welcome to Growing Chatham. I'm Tiffany Hancock, North Carolina Cooperative Extension Chatham County Center's Marketing and Media Support Specialist. I'm here in our garden that our master gardeners created here at the Chatham County Center. Can you believe it's already fall? And before you know it, the holiday season will begin. When I think about the holiday season, I think about the temperatures cooling down and looking for a Christmas tree. Many folks have made it a tradition for visiting Jordan Lake Christmas Tree Farm, where they can pick and choose and cut their very own Christmas tree. But did you know that you can pick flowers at the Jordan Lake Christmas Tree Farm during the spring and summer? We met up with owner Diana May recently, and she was gracious enough to give us a tour and tell us more about what they offer during the spring and summer season.
Welcome to the Country Fresh Flower Farm. It sits here on the Jordan Lake Christmas Tree Farm, and we're in northeast Chatham County. And we started our Christmas tree farm about 28 years ago. We took it over from another family that lived here, and then decided about 3 years ago to start our flower farm. So we do run a you-pick flower farm, and this year we've added several more flowers. So we have about 11 varieties of flowers to choose from. And again, it is you-pick, so we allow people to come out, cut their own, as well as we can cut for you and have it ready for pickup. We really just have it as a family farm at this point, and it's a small garden, but really produces a lot of flowers. When we started the flowers, we really were trying to think of other things to do on the farm. We've had the Christmas trees, but we really wanted to open the farm because we have so many people come out and have such fun at Christmas time. We thought it would be great to open the farm to the public to get a sense of just being outdoors and having a good time. So we are trying to do a lot of agritourism business here at the farm. So the flowers were one thing. We also have a Christmas shop, and then also do a shop in the summertime. So the shop is a smaller scale in the summertime, but we try very hard to have local artisans and producers sell in our shop, as well as do US made products in the shop. We are soon to open an outdoor venue. So we have lots of questions from people. It's like, gosh, do you host events or do anything like that? So hopefully in the future we'll have something like that to offer as well. With the flowers, we do private events, and all of that information is set up on our website at jordanlakechristmas.com.
You can find the Jordan Lake Christmas Tree Farm on the Visit North Carolina Farms app. The app will direct you to Jordan Lake Christmas Tree Farm, so download the app through Google Play or through the App Store. And visit before the flowers are gone. If you can't get there soon, you can always visit after Thanksgiving to pick a Christmas tree up. They'll have details coming soon about how to do that. Do you have an Instant Pot or have thought about purchasing one? Tara Gregory, Family and Consumer Sciences Agent, is in the kitchen waiting for you. She is going to give us an overview on how to use an Instant Pot, and then she'll demonstrate how to do the water test before using your Instant Pot.
Do you have an electric pressure cooker you're wondering what to do with? Maybe it's been sitting around and you haven't quite figured out how to use it? Well, I'm Tara Gregory, and I'm the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Chatham County, and I'm going to talk about the electric pressure cooker, the Instant Pot we have here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pieces that come with it and how to use it for when you're ready to jump in to try out some recipes. So this is our electrical unit here. This is an electric pressure cooker, different from a pressure canner. We don't can in this unit. This is just to prepare foods at a higher temperature and a higher pressure, which lowers the cooking time. Some of you may be familiar with the pressure cookers that go on the stovetop, have the valve, and you have to watch the pressure and adjust the temperature yourself. And a lot of times people tell me that they're a little afraid of using those. With the electric pressure cooker, it's different. You have this unit here that will monitor that pressure and temperature for you. So if it ever got too high, it brings the temperature down, brings that pressure down itself. So you're not having to monitor it or adjust yourself. It will turn itself off or adjust as needed. So it is a safer option if you're worried about monitoring that pressure yourself. So we have the electrical unit here, and inside you'll see we have a heating element. This is not where you want to put the food or water or any liquids here. That's what your inner pot is for. So this comes with the unit and it goes inside just like that. And this is where you'll put your ingredients for your yummy recipes. So the set comes with a few other pieces as well. So we have a trivet that goes inside the inner pot. And that is very helpful for when you are preparing foods that you don't want to be immersed in the liquid in the bottom of the pot. The thing is you have to use liquid with your pressure cooker. That's what allows it to build the pressure to cook the foods. So when you're cooking something like the hard-boiled eggs I will show in another video, you'll put those eggs on the trivet and they stay out of the water, so they're not necessarily being boiled in the bottom of the pan. So you also have a little measuring cup that you can use or not use. This set came with a small ladle and sort of a flat spoon. I like to use the flat spoon for grains, like if I were to make rice or other whole grains, it's nice for scooping that out like that. Now, there's lots of other gadgets you can get for your pressure cookers, depending on what recipes you wanted to make. So up to you and what you find most useful. So here is the lid we have to our unit. I want to show you this inner ring is made of silicone. You'll see it can pop right off. You want to always make sure that's snapped into place, just like that. That's what's going to help you get the seal when you put the lid on and build that pressure. A lot of times people will buy extras of these because these will take on odors and sometimes stains from some foods, especially like strongly flavored foods. So sometimes people have one for those savory dishes and one for maybe oatmeal or rice pudding, some sweet dishes, just to keep those flavors from intermingling. So you'll see here we have the vent that pops off for easy cleaning, because sometimes if you're cooking things like rice or soups or stews, it could have some residue on there, most likely, while it's cooking. So on this side, we have our valve. The valve turns from a venting position to a sealing position, and that's going to make a difference for when you're ready to cook. You always want it in the sealing position when you're using your pressure cooker, unless you are using it on the slow cooker setting. You would have it on venting, but you'll see that in your manual. It will remind you of that. On this unit, it's maybe different from the one you have, but venting can go on either side and the sealing is in the center. But just pay attention to your own unit to see what you see there. I have a pink valve. This is extremely handy because when the pressure is high in the unit, this will pop up and you know that it's high pressure. We're not going to open it, and in case you forget that, the lid will lock and not let you open it up. So that's a good safety feature for this unit. after you finish cooking, whether you decide to naturally allow the unit to naturally release that pressure, which means you just leave it sitting, and over time that pressure goes down as everything's cooling off, this valve will go from up to down to this flat position, and you'll know I can open it up now. Another way to release the pressure is a quick release. So that's gonna be, the unit finishes cooking, it beeps at you, lets you know it's all done. You can, using a utensil like a wooden spoon or something, you can press it into the venting position to allow that steam to escape, and that's gonna bring the pressure and temperature down more quickly. So it'll depend. Sometimes when you're reading a recipe, it'll tell you what to do, whether it's a natural release or a quick release. All right, so when we're ready, say we've got our food inside, we're gonna put our lid on here. Okay, so we've got our lid on, it's beeping to let me know it's connected. And if we take a look at our unit, or our buttons here, on this unit you have lots of options. It may be overwhelming to you to see rice, porridge, steam, cake. Even cake can be prepared in your Instant Pot. This may be a little overwhelming. What I usually say is it's best to use a recipe that tells you how many minutes and at high pressure or low pressure. I almost always see recipes say high pressure. So if we were gonna do this manually, I'm gonna select the manual button. On your unit, it might say pressure cook. So we'll press that manual or pressure cook, and then these minutes pop up, and you can adjust your minutes to however many you need. Now, when you set your minutes, you just pause and it will kick in, and that means it's gonna turn on and start to raise the temperature and the pressure. So you can hear that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this since we don't have anything inside. But when that beeps, what that's saying is the timer's not gonna start counting down. It's gonna start building up that pressure, and when it hits that pressure to cook that food, then those minutes start ticking down. And it'll beep when those minutes are done. So you do have to allow for time, not only for the cooking time, but for the getting up to pressure, which the more you have in the pot, the longer it'll take to get up to pressure. And then you also have to allow time for the pressure to come down so that you can open your lid. And if you wanted to give these buttons a try, you definitely could and play around with it. It's just gonna probably work out. You'll have more control over your recipe and food when you do it manually and kind of find that sweet spot that works for the way you like that food to be prepared. But it never hurts to give these a try and see how they turn out, and you can adjust from there. So this is your introduction to an electric pressure cooker. And stay tuned, there's gonna be more videos on conducting the initial water test. When you open up your unit, you can use that water test to make sure everything's working properly. And then we'll try out some foods in our pressure cooker. And I'm back with our electric pressure cooker here, and I'm ready to run the water test. This is the initial test that you'll use when you start using your pressure cooker. So it's very simple. All you're gonna do is make sure your unit's plugged in. And if you have yours on the countertops near your cabinetry, you might wanna make sure that when we vent the lid that it's not gonna steam up your cabinet too much. So what we're gonna do is start with a cup of water into the inner pot that comes with the unit. So remember, nothing goes into the main section where the heating element is, but in your pot. We have our cup of water. We're gonna place the lid on. And we're gonna slide it into the closed position. And you'll hear that beeping. And I'm gonna check the top valve here to make sure that it's turned to the ceiling position. So however yours looks, just make sure it's pointing at the ceiling label. And then we're gonna get started. I'm gonna hit manual, and I'm gonna take the minutes to 5 minutes. And that's gonna run that water test for us. Okay, and that's it. I don't need to hit any other buttons after I select the minutes. We wait, it'll register that 5 minutes, and we'll hear a beep like that. and it will start heating up the unit and bringing the pot up to pressure. And we'll know when it gets there, it'll beep one more time and start the 5-minute countdown. And we'll also know when it's up to pressure because our pink valve here, yours may not be pink, but you'll always have a little valve here that pops up in the up position, and that means it's under pressure, it's doing its thing, and you wait until it's done. Okay, so that beeping is letting us know that it has run its course that we set it for 5 minutes. And what we can do is it automatically goes on a keep warm setting. So if you don't want whatever you have prepared to be kept warm, you can hit that off when you set your time. But right now I'm gonna hit it just to cancel the whole thing. Turns the unit off. Now you'll notice that our pink valve over here is still up. So we can't open the lid. We're gonna need to either let it naturally release that pressure, or we will safely, keeping our fingers away from the steam, push the knob into the venting position. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna use the back of the spoon here, and I'm gonna push it into that venting position. And you'll see that steam release. Again, you don't really wanna have your cabinets too close to this. Or give them a wipe down if you have no other option. So the water test just lets you know that your unit was able to get up to pressure and hold that pressure and go through the process as spelled out in the instructions and like we've talked about here. So now your unit is ready to go. You can try out your first recipe.
We have an exciting 4-H event coming up on September 10th that we would like to share with you. The 2022 4-H Farm Credit Showmanship Circuit will take place at the Chatham County Agriculture and Conference Center in Pittsburgh. This event will be held at the arena, which is located on the west side of the property. If you're not familiar with the 4-H Showmanship Circuit, you may be asking yourself, what is this? 4-H is all about teaching life skills, and that's one thing that youth will demonstrate at this event. Showmanship is about teamwork, which is an important skill to have. The youth and the animal learn to work together as a team and demonstrate how well they work together. The youth have to know how to take care of the animals and even learn the body parts of the animal. During the Showmanship Circuit, the judge will ask the youth individually about their animal and may quiz them on the different body parts of the animal. Youth gain confidence and knowledge while they prepare and participate in these events. Because of these 4-H programs, many 4-H youth grow up and have careers working with animals such as veterinarians, vet techs, or working in the agricultural field with animals. This is a fun family event that is free and open to the public. Tacos Pariso food truck will be available during this event, so come hungry. The heifer and steer shows start at 9:30 a.m. and the lamb show starts at 1:30 p.m. We hope to see you at the 2022 4-H Farm Credit Showmanship Circuit on September 10th at the Chatham County Agriculture and Conference Center in Pittsburgh. Many thanks to our silver level sponsors, Chatham County's Farm Bureau, Quality Equipment, and Pittsburgh Feed. See you at the Livestock Show. So that's it for this month's Growing Chatham. Don't forget about the upcoming 2022 4-H Farm Credit Showmanship Circuit on September 10th. This is a free family-oriented event, so I hope you can attend. Have a great September, and I'll see you again in October.